Tomorrow will shock you, because the love you thought was late is actually early, and the soul meant for you is already stepping closer right now. Before I go deeper, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment "I receive" if your heart is open. Because what I reveal near the end will explain why this connection feels younger, lighter, and impossible to ignore. Stay with me, because one truth at the end will change how you see love forever. In the Bible, there is a quiet story many people overlook. Jacob worked 7 long years for Rachel, believing time itself was the price of love. But when the moment came, he was given Leah instead. Only later did Rachel come into his life. Not late, not early, but at the exact moment his soul was ready. Time did not decide the love. Readiness did. There is a verse that speaks directly to you today. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Now listen carefully. Not because something random happens, but because a younger soulmate is ready to step forward. And younger does not only mean age, it means lighter energy. It means less baggage. It means a soul that still believes. Psychology tells us that when the mind heals, it begins to attract differently. Spiritual truth says the same thing in another language. When your soul matures, it no longer calls in what matches your wounds. It calls in what matches your growth. You are not attracting someone younger by accident. You are attracting them because you stopped aging emotionally. You stopped replaying the same pain. You stopped settling for love that felt heavy. This is why it will shock you. You expected love to feel serious, intense, complicated, or delayed. But what's coming feels simple, fresh, almost unreal. A younger soulmate often appears when you finally let go of survival mode. Mission. When connection stops being a negotiation. This person does not arrive to fix you. They arrive because you no longer need fixing. Spiritually, this is powerful. A younger soul carries curiosity. They ask questions instead of assuming answers. They listen instead of defending. They feel instead of calculating. That energy wakes something dormant inside you. You feel seen without being judged. You feel chosen without being chased. You feel calm without being bored. And this is where people get confused. They think peace means lack of passion, but true peace creates deeper passion than chaos ever could. Tomorrow will shock you, because this person is not going through a struggle. They are coming through alignment. Psychologically, your nervous system has changed. You no longer confuse anxiety with attraction. You no longer mistake inconsistency for excitement. Different. They feel safe. And that safety feels unfamiliar at first. You may even question it. You may think, why does this feel so easy? That question alone tells you how much you've healed. A younger soulmate often reflects your inner rebirth. You started over internally, so life responds externally. This is not about age gaps. It's about soul timing. Some souls are ancient in wisdom, but young in love. They didn't let the world harden them. They didn't let heartbreak turn into bitterness. That's why they recognize you instantly, because they see your depth without being afraid of it. Biblically, God often brings provision in unexpected forms. David was young when he faced Goliath, yet his youth was not a weakness. It was clear. The younger soulmate carries clarity. They don't overthink what they feel for you. They don't hide behind pride. They step forward. Then you think. Here's the part that may shock you most. They have been watching from a distance, not stalking, observing. They felt your energy shift before you did. They sensed your silence change. That's when they felt safe to approach. Spiritually, when you stop forcing outcomes, the right ones walk toward you. Tomorrow represents momentum, not a calendar day only, but the next chapter. You are entering a season where love mirrors joy instead of pain. They bring play back into your life. They remind you of who you were before life got heavy. Psychology calls this emotional resonance. Spirituality calls it recognition. You will recognize each other without explanation. Conversation flows, silence feels comfortable. There is no power struggle, no guessing games. And this may scare you. To expect turbulence. But love was never meant to feel like war. A younger soulmate does not mean immature. It means emotionally present. It means adaptable. It means willing to grow together instead of demanding perfection. This person learns with you, not at you. And yes, others may question it. They may say it's unexpected. They may say it's fast. But souls don't move by public opinion. They move by recognition. Here is the mini cliffhanger I promised earlier. The reason this soulmate is younger is because your past relationships aged you prematurely. They took more than they gave. They demanded strength without offering safety. Now life balances the scale. You gave wisdom. You receive wonder. Tomorrow shocks you because the pattern breaks. And when this person steps forward, you won't feel overwhelmed. You'll feel grounded. Resonates. Comment, I am ready. Because readiness is the true invitation. And remember, God never delays love. He prepares the soul to recognize it. And now listen slowly, because this next part is where many people feel it in their chest. A younger soulmate doesn't arrive with pressure. They arrive with presence. They don't rush you, but they don't disappear either. They are consistent without being controlling. And if you've lived through emotional drought, this consistency will feel shocking. You may even test it. Pull back a little. Stay quiet longer than usual. And they don't leave. That's when something inside you softens. Comment, I feel this, if you know exactly what I'm talking about. Spiritually, this is God restoring trust in a gentle way. Not with fireworks, not with drama, but with steadiness. Here is the verse meant for this moment. Above all, guard your heart. Everything you do flows from it. Your heart has been guarded long enough. Not closed, just protected. Now God sends someone who doesn't attack the walls. They wait at the door. That alone tells you this love is different. Psychology shows us that healed people are drawn to secure bonds, not intense highs, not emotional guessing games. Your nervous system finally wants peace. So the soulmate that matches you must carry calm energy, youthful curiosity, a clean emotional slate. They ask about your dreams, not your scars. They are interested in your future, not your trauma. And when you do share your pain, they don't flinch. They don't try to fix it. They just stay. Comment, this is my confirmation, if you've been asking God quietly for a sign. This younger soulmate reminds you that love can be playful again. You laugh more. You breathe deeper. You stop overthinking every word you. That's because your soul feels safe to be honest. Tomorrow shocks you because love stops feeling heavy. You realize you don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to explain your boundaries. You don't need to perform. You are chosen as you are. And here's the part many people miss. This soulmate is also learning from you. Your wisdom stabilizes them. Their lightness lifts you. It's balance, not competition. Spiritually, this is a divine exchange. If you've been the strong one for too long, comment, I release control. Because strength doesn't mean loneliness anymore. This connection grows naturally. No forcing labels, no rushing promises, just alignment. And one day you'll realize something quietly powerful. You're no longer afraid to lose them, because you finally trust yourself. That's healing. And when you trust yourself, God trusts you with real love. Tomorrow represents the moment your expectations change. You stop asking, will this last? And start asking, how can we grow? That shift opens the door. So if this message stirred something inside you, comment, I am open. Because openness is the signal the universe responds to. And remember this truth. The right love doesn't exhaust you. It energizes you. Stay ready, stay soft, stay aware. Because the soulmate stepping forward is not here to repeat the past. They are here to build something new. And that's why tomorrow will shock you. Now let me take you deeper, because what's unfolding is not random, and your soul already knows it. A younger soulmate steps forward when you finally stop negotiating your worth, when you no longer shrink to be chosen, when you no longer overgive just to feel secure. This connection doesn't ask you to abandon yourself. And that is why it feels so alive. Comment, I choose myself, if you're done betraying your own heart. This soulmate doesn't mirror your past wounds. They mirror your future self. The version of you that is lighter, more trusting, more present. Psychologically, this is called emotional safety. They don't trigger your fear of abandonment. Your old patterns don't activate anymore. You don't chase, you don't over-explain, you don't test their loyalty. You simply receive, and receiving feels new. This person respects your pace. They don't rush intimacy. They don't push past your boundaries. That alone heals something ancient inside you. If this resonates, comment "I allow love." Spiritually, this is a reward season, not because you were perfect, but because you stayed soft in a hard world. Your younger soulmate represents restoration. The joy you postponed, the laughter you muted, they bring color back into places that felt gray. And one day, without drama, without fireworks, you realize something profound. You trust them, not blindly, but peacefully. That trust shocks you more than their arrival, because you didn't think you could feel this way again. This is how you know it's divine. Forced. Nothing is confusing. It flows. Comment "I trust the timing" if you're done questioning why it took so long. God doesn't delay love to punish you. He prepares you so you don't miss it. And now your eyes are open. Tomorrow doesn't just bring a person. It brings confirmation that healing works, that patience matters, that alignment is real. So stay present, stay grounded, because the soul stepping forward isn't here to consume you. They are here to walk with you. And that is the love that lasts. Now breathe with me, because this next truth is gentle but powerful. A younger soulmate steps forward when you finally stop asking love to prove itself. You no longer need dramatic gestures. You no longer need constant reassurance. Your peace has become the standard. Comment "Peace is my standard" if you feel this shift happening inside you. With your past, they don't try to replace what hurt you. They simply create something new. And that newness feels almost sacred. You notice how your conversations change. You talk about purpose, about growth, about life beyond survival. This is not infatuation. This is resonance. Psychologically, your brain releases calm instead of cortisol. Spiritually, your soul exhales. That's how you know it's real. Here is the verse meant for this stage of your journey. "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" This is a new thing, not a recycled connection, not a familiar wound in a different face. It's new energy. Comment "I perceive it" if you feel something shifting around you already. A younger soulmate doesn't arrive to consume your time. They respect your life, your calling, your rhythm. They don't make you choose between love and purpose. They support both. That alone heals years of compromise. You realize you're no longer afraid to speak your truth, because truth doesn't threaten this connection. If you've ever dimmed yourself to keep someone, comment "I will not shrink again." Spiritually, this is covenant energy, not control, not possession, just mutual choice. Tomorrow shocks you because your intuition feels clear. No confusion, no mixed signals. You don't analyze their tone. You don't decode their silence. Is no silence. Only presence. This soulmate listens with their whole body. They hear what you don't say. And for the first time, you don't feel misunderstood. That understanding awakens something childlike in you. Hope. Not blind hope, but grounded hope. Comment "Hope is returning" if your heart feels lighter than it has in a long time. This connection grows through shared moments. Simple ones. Walking, laughing, being quiet together. Love stops feeling like a performance. And here is a powerful realization. You stop rehearsing endings. You live in the now. That alone tells you your soul feels safe. Spiritually, God removes the fear of loss when something is aligned. You don't cling. You don't grip tightly. You trust the flow. Tomorrow symbolizes that trust becoming visible. A message, a meeting, a conversation that shifts everything. Not dramatic, decisive. So if you're feeling a calm excitement instead of anxiety, comment "I am aligned." Because alignment doesn't shout, it settles. And remember this truth as you move forward. The love meant for you will never require you to abandon yourself. It will recognize you, choose you, and walk beside you. That's why tomorrow will shock you. Stay with me, because this next layer speaks to the moment right before destiny becomes visible. A younger soulmate often appears when you stop rehearsing your pain, when your stories no longer begin with what broke you, when you finally believe love can meet you where you are, not where you were. This is why the timing feels strange. You weren't searching, you weren't hoping, you were living. Comment, I stopped searching, if this feels true for you. Spiritually, this is surrender without resignation. You didn't give up on love. It should arrive. And that's when God moves. Here's the verse aligned with this moment. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Your understanding was shaped by past disappointment. God's understanding is shaped by your future. This soulmate doesn't come to complete you. They come to complement the wholeness you reclaimed. That's why there is no urgency, no fear of missing out, just presence. Psychology teaches us that secure connections don't hijack the mind. They calm it. You notice you're not constantly checking your phone, not overthinking replies, not scanning for red flags, because your body doesn't feel threatened. Comment, my body feels safe, if this message is landing deeper than words. A younger soulmate brings curiosity into your life. They ask why you believe what you believe. They invite you to see the world with fresh eyes. Remember how to wonder again. That wonder heals parts of you that logic never could. This person doesn't mock your faith. They respect your depth, even if they're still learning their own. Spiritually, that's humility, and humility attracts grace. Tomorrow shocks you because love feels mutual. Effort flows both ways. Care is not one-sided. You no longer feel like you're carrying the connection alone. If you've been the one doing all the emotional work, comment, I deserve reciprocity. This soulmate doesn't disappear when things get real. They lean in. They don't get overwhelmed by your truth. They honor it. And slowly you realize you're not guarded anymore. You're discerning, but open. That balance is rare. Spiritually, it's maturity. You stop asking, is this too good to be true? And start asking, how do I show up fully? That question means you're ready. Represents the moment your inner world meets your outer reality. Alignment becomes tangible. A conversation lands differently. A look lingers longer. And you know, not because of signs or symbols, but because peace confirms it. Comment, peace confirms it, if your intuition feels calm, not rushed. Remember this as you move forward. God doesn't send confusion with love. He sends clarity wrapped in patience. And the soulmate stepping forward isn't here to take your freedom. They're here to share it. That is why this love feels younger, because it carries hope, not fear. And that is how you know tomorrow will change everything.